What's going on, everybody? It's Jesus, back with a special video today about Soulja Boy Tell 'Em and 3 mixtapes/albums that he released in the year 2008. Let's jump right into it. The first project that we're talking about today is Teen of the South, the mixtape hosted by DJ Scream. The Teen of the South mixtape by Soulja Boy Tell 'Em was released July 7th, 2008, and was Soulja Boy's third mixtape ever released. It was produced by Soulja Boy himself, Mr. Hanky, Mr. Collie Park, and Drummer Boy, among others, and featured I Dance as the first single, scheduled to appear on Soulja Boy's sophomore album, I Soulja Boy Tell 'Em. This mixtape featured several singles that would later be cleaned up and included on the second album, such as the Whoop Rico remix, Shopping Spree featuring Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti, and the original OG version of Gucci Bandana, featuring Gucci Mane and Shawty Lo. Other honorable mentions include the original version of Marco Polo featuring Bow Wow and the G-Mix for Get Silly by VIC. The Teen of the South mixtape is without a doubt my favorite out of these three. I was lucky enough to get an unopened copy of the mixtape through this website I discovered called Discogs. It's still in the original packaging. It's in perfect condition. If you guys collect any type of music, whether it be CDs, mixtapes, or vinyls, I definitely recommend that you guys check out Discogs. I'll tag them in the post and in the videos that I make so you guys can check it out for yourself. But it's definitely a cool website for any type of music collector like myself. So back to the mixtape. This mixtape actually showcased just how early on Soulja Boy started to mature and care less about making clean songs for the radio and for his label at the time, Collie Park Records and Interscope. There was 1 or 2 edited songs on this project, but aside from that, he was experimenting with his subject matter, and he was definitely swearing a lot on this mixtape. You could tell a lot of this stuff was not written, and he was doing a lot of it off the dome. He was trying out lots of new flows, different punchlines, and experimenting with new ad-libs, even doing the OJ the Juice Man ad-lib on several records, which he did get called out for at one time as well. I still remember listening to this mixtape when it first came out about 14 years ago. My favorite songs on this project were I Dance, Gucci Bandana, Photo Shoot, The Dre, Go Hard, and Super Soak. There was only about 3 or 4 dance records on the project total, and a couple of freestyles and interludes from DJs such as DJ Scream, DJ Khaled, and Mr. Collie Park. The 2 remixes on this mixtape are the Get Silly remix featuring VIC, Bun B, E40, Pitbull, Polo de Don, Jermaine Dupri, A-Rab, DJ Unk, Big Country, and Tex James. The other remix on this mixtape is the She Gotta Don't remix featuring Young Jock, which was typical for the time period. This mixtape has 24 tracks on it total, with a link on the back advertising Soulja Boy's MySpace page, as well with a message that says to look out for Soulja Boy's new album, I Soulja Boy, coming soon. The project would later be renamed I Soulja Boy Tell 'Em upon hitting stores, making it a direct sequel to his debut album, SouljaBoyTellEm.com. Overall, you can definitely tell that all of these songs from the Teen of the South mixtape and the I Soulja Boy album were definitely recorded in the same time period. I personally prefer the Teen of the South mixtape, as I truly believe that this is what Soulja Boy originally intended his second album to sound like. The tracks that did make it onto the final album were cleaned up a bit, but it was only 3 tracks in total that ended up appearing on the second album. These tracks just had too much cussing in them and explicit subject matter, with talks about drug use and violence, and not enough songs for the radio. Only 3 or 4 dance records in total. They were not behind these records for whatever reason, and obviously thought that maybe he could do better. The lead single, I Dance, was even quickly replaced by a new single, Birdwalk, by Soulja Boy Tell 'Em, and did not appear on the final version of the second album. After Birdwalk was released, I Dance was never heard of or seen from again. There is actually 2 versions of the I Dance record, but my personal favorite is the one that appears on this mixtape, The Teen of the South. What's going on, everybody? It's Jesus Hartsfield, and you guys just finished watching my review/breakdown video for the Teen of the South mixtape by Soulja Boy Tell 'Em. Today we're going to be rating this album a 7 out of 10 in my personal opinion, which means that this mixtape is in fact HFM approved. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to check out the next video where we're talking about Soulja Boy's sophomore album and follow-up to this mixtape hosted by DJ Scream. I, Soulja Boy, tell him. Drop a comment, like, give us feedback, whatever you want to say. Let us know what projects you want us to cover next. I greatly appreciate it, you guys. Thank you very much for checking me out. It's Jesus!